Baby, Cassie is coming for Diddy, and she is coming to take him down for good. Diddy probably thought that by settling his lawsuit with Cassie, he was going to get away with his crimes. But Cassie says psych and started working with the feds. According to multiple reports, Cassie is now working closely with the feds to help in their investigation against Diddy, handing over some hard evidence that she has built over the years against him. Well, not just him, because it turns out she has also been gathering some evidence against his family members, especially his sons. It looks like Cassie is determined to take the entire Combs family down, and she's going to get the last laugh after all. Did she just expose Diddy's sons for allegedly S.Aing his staff? Girl, Cassie has Diddy by the neck, and she is not about to let go of him. She started this whole movement with her lawsuit in November, and she is determined to see this all the way through with no backing down. Diddy and Cassie dated for 11 years, from 2007 to 2018, and for 11 years, people thought that she had it good. She went on fancy vacations, got jewelry, and all that nice stuff. But it wasn't until she filed the lawsuit last year that we realized just how messed up the situation really was behind the scenes. In her lawsuit, she details some pretty horrible encounters of how Diddy often put hands on her and slapped her around, hurting her and leaving bruises all over her body. To put into perspective just how bad the situation was, the lawsuit claimed that Diddy allegedly S.Aing Miss Ventura in her own home after she tried to leave him, often punched, beat, kicked, and stomped on Miss Ventura, resulting in bruises, burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding, forced Miss Ventura to engage in intimate acts with male SWs while getting off on it, and filming the encounters, demanded that Miss Ventura to carry his firearm in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is, and introduced Miss Ventura to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse, and required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. She also claimed that he deliberately went out of his way to hold her career back, and the one time she spoke to a music exec in a club, he pulled paws on her again, pushing her into a corner of the vehicle and stomping on her face. When the car arrived at Mr. Combs' residence, Miss Ventura attempted to run away, but Mr. Combs followed her and proceeded to again kick her in the face. Miss Ventura was bleeding profusely and was ushered into Mr. Combs' home, where she began to throw up from the violent incident. Cassie also claimed that he allegedly S.A'd her and also hired sex workers that he forced to S.A her while he watched. The crazy part about this is that these weren't hidden incidents, and she claimed that people in Diddy's circle knew what he was doing to her. She claimed that his employees knew, but there was nothing that they could do because they were too terrified of Diddy and knew that he could turn his wrath on them if they tried to speak up or defend her. The lawsuit was wild, and at first, Diddy tried to play it off, claiming that she was just after his money and that her allegations were lies. His lawyer said he vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. Miss Ventura's demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail. Despite withdrawing her initial threat, Miss Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. But he quickly figured out that the public was not on his side, and we could see through the BS. So he quickly settled the lawsuit in less than a day because he was getting dragged for filth and getting shamed on social media. Child, he settled that lawsuit so quickly that the ink on the court documents wasn't even dry yet. He continued to claim that he was innocent, but people didn't buy it. The fact that he settled so quickly had people speculating that he was trying to prevent her from exposing some other stuff. See, if he hadn't settled the lawsuit, the case would have gone to trial. And during the trial, a lot of more stuff would have come out, and he couldn't have that happening because he would have been in even more trouble. So he had to shut it down by settling the lawsuit. But what he didn't realize is that just because Cassie settled the lawsuit didn't mean that she sold her conscience. While she can't file another lawsuit against him, what she could do was cooperate with the feds to make sure that they got Diddy on criminal charges, and that's exactly what she has been doing. Because according to TMZ, she has been cooperating with the feds and bringing evidence on his other actions, including some alleged evidence about the members of his family being involved in some shady activities like him. According to TMZ, Cassie is among the witnesses the feds have been in contact with in connection with the Diddy investigation. We're told she's been working with investigators for several weeks, presumably even before Diddy's homes were raided. Given the timing, it seems Cassie may have helped the feds establish probable cause to get a judge to sign off on the search warrants. So Cassie is determined to take not just Diddy, but also everyone around him, especially his family and his sons. In fact, his son Christian Combs was sued for S.Aing a woman who worked on a yacht for the Combs family. According to her attorney, the woman Grace Omarka worked as a crew member and bartender on a yacht leased by Sean Combs and his family in December 2022. But things got wilder than she could have ever imagined, because instead of the nice family vacation she expected, things got wild and the family allegedly brought sex workers on board the yacht as well as other celebs. According to reports, in the early morning of December 28, Christian Combs pressured Omarka to drink a shot of tequila, and shortly thereafter, he assaulted her, the lawsuit says. Omarka believes the tequila, which she says Christian Combs brought aboard, may have been laced with drugs, according to the lawsuit. Other reports revealed that Christian Combs cornered Omarka in a room and became physical and extremely aggressive. Combs grabbed Omarka by the arm and attempted to force himself on her, and stopped only when another yacht employee entered the room. Grace's lawyer also attached pictures of her bruised arm in the court documents, claiming that her mental and physical health hit the tanks after that, causing her to suffer from anxiety and panic attacks. First, Justin Combs was named in Lil Rod's lawsuit for helping Diddy recruit underage girls for Diddy's parties, after which the girls were allegedly drugged. And now Christian is being sued for S.A. People have been wondering how Lil Rod got all these juicy information that he exposed in his lawsuit, because he wasn't around Diddy that long to know that much stuff or to dig it out. Well, it looks like we have our answers, and it looks like Cassie is behind all of that. Fans are here for Cassie playing Diddy like this, and they left comments saying Diddy closed Cassie's civil lawsuit in less than 24 hours, which meant the evidence stacked up against him, according to his legal team and the companies he held a stake in, was truly insane. And now the feds want to see it. Cassie was a mean two-piece for the culture. First, she shook Diddy down. Now she's about to help the feds take him down. And isn't it so wild? I've been following the case since Cassie came forward, collected Diddy's money, and still turned over her ex's evidence to the feds. Girl, Cassie played her cards right, and she is now taking Diddy down and having a nice laugh while doing that. But in the meantime, y'all drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.